What happens when you mix music and games? Well, a musical game, of course, and we have seen plenty of musical games. Beat Saber, Guitar Hero, Crypt of the Necromancer, Just Dance, Dance Dance Revolution, and so many more. But have you seen one quite like this before? This is Space Channel 5, and I would go as far to say it is one of the most unique rhythm games I have ever seen. The design concept is so clever. But in case you are not seeing it, let me take the time to unravel this spicy news report for you and uncover the scoop on Space Channel 5. First things first, context. What is this Space Channel 5?
Ooh la la, swingin' report show.
In Space Channel 5, the player travels around space as a cool, hip, sassy news reporter called Ooh La La. And immediately into your career, you become a galaxy-saving diva as you drive off aliens and robots who force humans to dance? So you find yourself busting out those moves to dance your fellow humans to freedom. It's one of a kind, to say the least, and that is why we are here today. Let's unpack the world of Space Channel 5. First off, I was not expecting what I got. Immediately, I noticed so much confidence. To me, Ooh La La's walk shows pride. It's a walk that says, I'm the main character. I said, oh, okay, this is different. Proceeds to keep watching. And I never stopped. It was like a train wreck, you know? You can't stop watching because you're curious about what will happen next. And then the dancing began. Of course, the game starts easy to teach the basics. To play, you have a total of 6 controls: up, right, left, down, pay, and choose.
Right, left, left.
And you use these buttons to battle it out with aliens. Oh, and there are these freestyle moments in between the battles, and they get me every single time. I mean, these moves during the freestyle are straight up fire. Take a look at this.
Crazy.
You are great.
I genuinely feel like this is something you would see in a dance battle today. And this?
Very good, ooh la la.
Okay, now I know I saw this somewhere. Yeah, Ooh La La gets down in this game. I just couldn't believe my eyes. And with that, you have the basics of the game. Use your skill to fight off aliens and robots and help Ooh La La save the galaxy from a dancing epidemic. Along the way, find yourself also saving Space Michael.
Thank you, Ooh La La. Thank you so much.
Super successful rescue.
Okay, now who put Michael in this game? Yep, that's right. You get to save Michael Jackson along with his sweet moves. That was a shock to me, but my question is, how much did Sega have to pay to get his likeness? Now, I could not just accept this for what it was. I had so many more questions. Who came up with this concept? And also, how did they come up with this concept? What was the motivation? How did they get Michael in the game? I couldn't stop until I had answers, so let's get into it. We owe Space Channel 5 to Tetsuya Mizuguchi. When creating his next game, he says that he sought out to combine music with games. This is the genre he calls music interactive. And so it begins. Now, at this point, he only had an idea, but he needed more inspiration. Many of his team members, including himself, loved musicals. They always brought smiles to the faces of others. So he found himself attending musicals to take a little inspiration from them. One of the musicals that he attended would be Stomp, which featured, well, stomping, and clapping, banging, sliding, and even some dance battling. Suddenly, the ideas started to flow. The game would be like a musical, but with a story. It would be Takashi Yuda who would come up with the idea of the game taking place in space. Yuda approached Mizuguchi with the concept of a space reporter named Ooh La La broadcasting the news to a space channel. Apparently, Mizuguchi loved the idea because that is the basics of the game we have today. And Yuda would become the director of the game as well. So Yumiko Miyabi, the art director for the team, took to the drawing board to create Ooh La La. Now this is about the 6th mention of Ooh La La, but did you notice her name is also a play on words?
We need is funk appeal, a certain little ooh la la.
It's the way my mind was blown after finding this out. And it also gives a little peek into her design concept. Ooh La La's design was a team effort with Yumiko Miyabi drawing up most of the design concepts for her. However, Mizuguchi knew that he wanted to create a character that would appeal to both the male and female audience. So Ooh La La landed here. Her being cute and sassy gave women a character they could look up to, kinda like an older sister, while also keeping Ooh La La somewhat risque, having her appear seductive for the male audience. But what about the whole concept of aliens? Well, that inspiration actually came from another member of the team. Her name is Mayumi Moro. As a joke, the team named the cute aliens after her. Moro loved it and it stuck. Now the developers have a protagonist and an antagonist. All they need to do is put everything together. And what other way to polish a game about news reporting than to make it into a show? And that is exactly what they did. The game seems more like you're watching a show on your TV, complete with ratings, climactic tension, and cinematography. It's not exactly what you would expect from a primetime news channel, but I like it. And I believe that this was an amazing touch. It made the game feel more thought out and complete. So, it is now months till the game's release, and the team is busy tidying up the game for shipment when Sega gets an unexpected visit from Michael Jackson. After coming to Sega, he found out about the making of Space Channel 5 and demanded to be in the game. So this entire time, I was wrong. Sega did not approach Michael, but rather Michael approached Sega. I have to say, that takes some gut, Michael. But hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And luckily for Michael, this shot was nothing but net. Despite the team having only months to complete Space Channel 5, they were still able to squeeze Michael into the game and give him his very own scene.
When have I ever lost at dancing? Let's dance!
Now, it's lunch day. And there's not much the developers can do from this point, but hope that their hard work will pay off. And in a way, it did. Space Channel 5 did not become a hit franchise like Mario and Zelda, but over the years it has grown a devoted following, with many people still praising the game. Additionally, the sequel, Space Channel 5 Part 2, and the VR release, Space Channel 5 VR Kinda Funky News Flash, were later released after Sega evaluated sales. And I would say that is a win. But Space Channel 5 is more than just a game. It represents the creativity of a game development team, the love and passion to create a game that truly meant something to them. And the developers had fun with creating this game, down to the witty commentary or the character design. The team was able to let their creativity flow, which is truly representative of what games should be. An interactive experience with the minds of the developers, a chance to experience art with your own hands, a way to express new concepts, ideas, worlds, and more. It was the freedom and the development of Space Channel 5 that led to this almost fever dream of a game, with excellent beats, great dance sequences, and of course, MJ. And if you ask me, this is what I believe makes this game a success. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.
Stay tuned. Space Channel 5!
You are the coolest.
Now everyone, let's march to the end of the galaxy.